All right, Brian, I've turned on the videotape machine, so we are videotaping at this point, all right? I'm on. You'll probably notice some noises out in the hallway here. As you probably know, there's all kinds of movement going on in the company, people moving out to Bridgewater, people moving to Rensselaer. There's all kinds of, so just try to ignore it, all right? It's not meant there to be any kind of a distraction or anything like that, okay? So just try to ignore it. But you may hear, like, movements out there, all right? You can make reference to all of your materials, as I mentioned, at any time during the assessment center. You should remember that today is Monday. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Go by this clock. Don't use your wristwatch, otherwise it will confuse you. All right. So this is proper time. It's assessment center time. You'll have 2 hours to complete the assessment center. So when that reads 11 o'clock, it will be completed. There are in-basket materials here for you to work through. Don't feel upset if you don't complete them all. There's a lot in there, so there's probably more than 2 hours worth of work in there. So if you don't get to them all, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean that you've done anything bad or good or anything like that. It's just there so that you've always got something to do. All right. Your secretary Fran is not in today, but as I said, you were out last Friday, and you, I believe, are leaving at 11 o'clock today.
I was out Friday.
You were out Friday.
Okay.
All right. And you're leaving at 11 o'clock today to go on a business trip. Okay. So you have a lot to do. All right.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me? No. Okay. If you want to dial anyone at all, anywhere in the world, dial the number that's written on there. It's 58703. When you dial that number, you'll get a telephone operator of sorts. Just tell that person who you want to speak with, and they'll connect you.
Okay.
All right? Any other questions? No? Set to go? All right, well, good luck, Brian.
Thanks.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Shelley Parker, please.
Yes, a moment. Hello, this is Shelley Parker.
Hi, Shelley. This is Brian calling from OPI. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. I got your message that you called on Friday.
Yes,
I'm sorry
yes.
I wasn't available.
That's okay.
I hear that there's been some acquisitions, and that International Communications has been working with Megabyte.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have the results of those calculations?
Well, what I have for you is some information on the dividend. Since both ICM and Megabyte have been with OPI for such a long time, we're going to offer a 10% dividend on the combined premium,
Okay.
which is a big advantage for staying with OPI. What I have to do also is increase the combined coverage by 8%.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is put a proposal together for you, and maybe we can set up a time when we can get together and go over the exact details.
Well, I'm going out of town at 10 o'clock this morning, and I really need those calculations now. I need the numbers, if you could get them to me.
Okay. Well, I have a meeting at 10 o'clock today. Let's see here. I can see what I can do for you. How long will you be gone?
Rest of the week.
Oh, you'll be out the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what I have here for you.
Yeah, I really need the numbers.
Okay. Well, we have a total of $40,000 in premium for Megabyte. ICM was paying $60,000. The exec secure coverage for Megabyte was $600,000 and $200,000 for ICM. So that was a total coverage of $800,000.
Okay.
We had a combined premium of $100,000.
Okay.
Let's see what I have here. Okay, so we have a combined premium of $100,000. There will be a 10% dividend on it, and that would be a premium that is invested, and you'll earn follow the prime rate, and it'll be tax deferred, the same as it was for the individual plan.
What? I don't... Do you know what the dividend will be?
Well, the dividend would be 10% on the combined premium,
Which is what?
which would be $10,000.
Okay.
Okay. Your
How about the total coverage?
Okay. The total coverage would be $864,000.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have any other questions or concerns,
Are you absolutely certain about these figures? You're certain they're correct? I have to bring these numbers for someone.
okay, these are the figures that I've been able to come up with. What I can do is contact underwriting and see whether or not there would be any changes depending on your plan.
Okay, I don't have time for that. I just wanted to make sure the calculations were correct.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. This is what we've come up with at this
Okay.
point, and if there's a change, I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's all.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks a
Shelley.
lot, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Morning, can I help you?
Stacy Locke, please.
Hold on, please.
Hi, this is Stacy Locke.
Hi, Stacy. This is Brian calling from sales.
Hi, Brian.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I just got off the phone with Shelley Parker from Megabyte.
Yes.
Megabyte apparently was taken over by another company, International Communication Machines, and I got a memo regarding the acquisition, regarding the worksheet, and I just wanted to double check the figures, and the memo says that the coverage will be increased by 8% on the combined coverage, so I gave them a figure of $864,000 in total coverage, and that their combined premium would have a 10% dividend, so I gave them a $10,000 dividend as far as the information I gave them. I just wanted to double check with underwriting and see if that's the same figures that you came up with.
Yeah, they sound right.
Okay, very good.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Oh, can I help you?
Hi, Dave Sims, please.
Hold on, please. Dave Sims here.
Hi, Dave. This is Brian Elder calling from OPI. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
I got your message from Friday.
Yeah.
I understand that you have a couple of concerns, or you needed to talk to me as soon as possible.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't in on Friday, but I figured I'd give you some priority and get back to you as soon as I come in.
Great. Thanks for calling me back so promptly. I really appreciate that. The reason I was calling is because Corporate Safety, have you heard of them? They're a new
Sure.
company, yeah. They are offering a very attractive rate in terms of commission. They are offering 5% on all premiums over $100,000
Okay.
as compared to your 2.5%. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Now, everything up to $100,000, it looks like it's all the same, 10% and everything. But I have to say, if these folks are going to do this, that I'm really considering rolling all my business over to the Corporate Safety Company.
Well, I can understand your concern. And as far as the increased premium, I know yourself the same as myself. every little bit in my pocket helps me the same way I can understand yours. Why don't you give me some time and let me contact my manager and see if I can't do something, and maybe we can work something out.
Good idea. Good idea.
You know,
I really
Dave,
don't have time to talk right now, but
Okay.
what I would like to do is stop by, like, say, around 10:30 or so. I have a few questions I'd like to ask of you, and then you can find out what you can do for me, all right?
Well,
I'd like to know what the total premium is by my customers, all right? What's the total premium in line of all my customers? And what's my total commission been up to this point with that 2.5%?
mhm.
And then what would the additional commission be if you were paying me 5%?
Okay, the total premium, the
Total premium, total commission, and then additional commission if you were paying me 5%.
okay.
All right?
There's one thing,
Yeah.
Dave, I would prefer, because I have another appointment coming in, if we could set up a different time. Are you
no,
going to be running
no
this
way.
morning?
Yeah. See, the thing is that one's really convenient for me because I've got a meeting just down the block from there shortly after the 10:30 meeting with you. So I'll just be a few minutes. We'll just get this wrapped up, and you'll give me the 5%, and that'll be it.
Okay.
All right. Good.
That'll be
See you
fine.
then. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Fran Hunter, please.
Yes, a moment.
Well, let me if I can snag it. If not,
Fran's not in his office today.
Fran's not.
No, she's out.
Okay. Is
Can I
Jan
take a
Kagan
message?
available? This is Brian calling.
Okay,
from
Jan
sales.
Keegan, one moment, let me check.
I can definitely get you another 2 for regular file. If they, actually, they may need it.
Hello, this is Jan Keegan.
Hi, Jan. This is Brian calling from sales. How are
Hi,
you?
Brian. Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I called for Fran. She's out today, and I have a situation here with one of my biggest brokers, and I don't want to miss out on some opportunity, and I wanted to give you a call. I hope I'm not interrupting your schedule.
No, that's fine.
Okay, great. I have a very large producer, Dave Sims, and he is the biggest broker that I have. And he's been looking at corporate safety as far as transferring some accounts over. And one of the problems that I'm faced with is that corporate safety is offering a 5% commission on the premium that he brings in over and above $100,000. And we only offer the 2.5%. So what I'd like to do is know how I can offer him additional so I can stay competitive with corporate safety.
Well, 2.5% is what we pay most of our brokers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I understand that. And for the other brokers, I think that it's a very fair commission. But because of the fact that Dave brings in such a high volume, I was really thinking that we could make a little bit of an increase for him. He's brought in another $700,000 in premium over and above his. Let's see what I have here. He's brought in over $1,650,000 in regular commission, or in premium, in regular premium over $200,000, or what is this? Over $100,000 per case, and then on under $100,000 per case premium, he's brought in another $700,000 in commission, or premium rather.
Okay, well, yeah, I'd be willing to raise the commission to 3.5% on premiums over 100,000.
3.5%? That's great. I really appreciate it. Do you think that there are any other kind of offers or any other suggestions that you can give to me as far as being able to obtain him and keep him in our books?
You know, you'll just have to let them know what we stand for, I guess, things
Well,
like that. I mean, you know better than me. You've been working with them for a while.
Sure, I understand that. I'm wondering if there's any other incentives available. I was thinking of giving up some of maybe one of my skybox seats for him on a basis, or giving him some additional you know, maybe fringe benefits, different incentives for keeping business.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do about that, but, since you're really pushing me, I'll go to 4%.
4%?
But that's as high as I really can go. That's the bottom line.
That's great. Thanks a lot, Jan.
Okay.
I really appreciate it. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, thanks. I'll look forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. OPI, Brian Elter, how can I help you?
Brian.
Yeah.
It's Robin Taylor.
Hi, Robin, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. How about yourself?
Very good, thank you.
Good. Hey, listen, did you read that memo from the staff meeting?
Yeah, I did.
See about the company picnic?
Yeah, I
Did
saw
you see
that.
how we got volunteered?
Yeah.
Hey, well, listen, we better get together and talk about this. You got some time today?
Well, later on this afternoon would be all right.
This afternoon?
Yeah,
That's
how
not good
about
for
1
me.
o'clock?
No, that's not good for me. Sometime this morning. I have meetings all afternoon out of the office, but sometime this morning would be okay.
Well, Robin, I have an appointment coming in at 10 and another at 10:30, and I have to cut out of here at 11 and hit the road.
Oh.
But I'll be back around 1 o'clock, so anytime after 1 o'clock I'd be available.
Oh, well, I can't see because I'm going out to see some clients this afternoon.
Okay, how
So-
will tomorrow be? Do you
No, I really can't tomorrow either because I'm going to be pretty much out the whole day. And I think we ought to get rolling on this thing. Well, how about if we just chat about it for a few minutes now? You got a minute?
Sure, if you want to come over. I don't have a whole lot of time because I do have that meeting I got.
Okay, I'll be over in about 5 minutes. How's that?
All right, Robin.
Okay,
thanks.
good. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Val Eaton, please.
Hold on, please.
Val Eaton?
Hi, Val. This is Brian Elder calling from OPI. How are you?
I'm fine, Brian. How are you?
Good, thanks. I got your message that you called on Friday.
Yeah.
And that apparently corporate safety has been around to talk to you a little bit, huh?
They have been around to talk to us, and they're actually offering a pretty attractive package to us.
Oh, really?
Yes. What they're telling us is that they will give us the same coverage that we have with you for $50,000 less in annual premium. That's a lot of money. And,
Yeah, it sure is.
as you know, our renewal is up in a couple of months, so we're looking to make a decision. I was wondering if I might be able to come in and meet with you this morning.
Well, Val, I'm pretty tied up this morning, but I'll tell you what I would like to do for you. I agree with you that $50,000 sounds like a lot of cut as far as what they have to offer you.
Well, it
Why not?
doesn't sound like a lot. It is a lot, and in being your largest customer, I
Sure.
think that you would be pretty interested in conserving our business.
I
If
agree.
that's not what I'm hearing, then maybe I'll just
No,
let
Val. What I'd like to do is I'd like to talk to underwriting and see how they've arrived at your renewal and what your renewal actually will be. And possibly I'll stop by with those figures and we'll be able to discuss them at your place then.
Well, Brian, let me just run this past you. I'm going to be out of the office this morning at about 10:20.
Mhm.
It's in your area, and I certainly will give you every opportunity to speak with the underwriters and give me some figures and see how close you folks can come to this corporate safety number. How about if I pop in just to get that information from you at around 10:20
Well,
this morning?
I have another appointment. I've got a lot going on this morning, and I was out on Friday. I'd really appreciate it if I could stop by. I have to be running out of here myself at 11 o'clock, so I will be over in your neck of the woods. Are you going to be around later this afternoon? Maybe we could meet for lunch.
Actually, this morning the only time that I have is around that 10:20 time. That's the only time I can
And
do
this
it
afternoon?
this morning. No, because I'm going to be out on the road. I'll be meeting with some other people.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me make some phone calls, see what I come up with, and let me give you a call back. okay? I'll give you a call back after I talk to underwriting, because they're going to have to put some figures together, and I'm not sure that they're going to have that available for you.
Well,
I don't want to take up your time and have you stop by in case I don't have it.
Well, Brian, actually, I'm headed to a meeting, so I won't be available via phone this morning.
Okay.
And then I
Well-
am headed out, so
Okay.
how about if I just pop in at 10:20? That's the best I can do. It'll only take, I'm sure, what, 5-10 minutes?
Okay. Well, the problem, Val, is I don't want to have you come over here if I'm not going to be able to give you the information.
I really don't mind, though. I really don't mind. It's important because I have to present these proposals and figures to the chief financial officer
Mm-hmm.
in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So it's very important to me that I'm prepared, and the best way that I can do that is to meet with you. And I think because my busy schedule, not only today but for the oncoming week,
Mhm.
I think if you could just take 5 or 10 minutes and give me that information when I pop in the door, I really would appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that for you. There's only one thing, Val, is that I don't know how much time I'm going to be able to devote to you, and I feel really bad about
Well,
that.
that's fine, and I know that coming in, so I'm not at all concerned with that. I just, if you could at least call underwriting in the interim, get the information. I'll be in at 10:20. You can just tell me the numbers, and then certainly, once I know what I'm looking at, we can discuss it at length beyond that at another time, and I certainly won't delay you.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So I will expect to see you around 10:20.
Right.
Okay. Are you going to be in the area at 10:20? You have a meeting starting at what time?
I have a meeting at like 11:15, so, I mean, I'm only going to be there 5 minutes. I don't have a lot of time myself.
Okay. Okay, Val.
All right?
Thank
Great.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Stacy Locke, please.
Yes, a moment. Stacy Locke.
Hi, Stacy. This is Brian calling from sales. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. I need you to do me a favor.
Mhm.
Can you take some time out this morning and prepare some information for me on Super Duper Supermarket? I have a meeting, and Val Eaton, the benefits manager, is going to come into my office and pick up that information. And what I'd like for you to do is give me some information on their experience, on their premium. Apparently, they're looking at some competition, and the competition is willing to offer them the same product for $50,000 less than we're charging. So, you know, they're pretty upset, and they're our biggest account, and I wouldn't want to lose them. Are you able to
Yeah,
provide
hold
me
on
with
one
that?
second.
Thanks.
Okay, it looks like their policy is up for renewal in 2 months. And, let's see, at that time, there's going to be a rate reduction of 3.75% from last year's premium.
3.75%.
And in addition to that, 5% of last year's premium will be paid as a dividend. And you might want to let her know that both these reductions are due to good experience, and they had lower than expected claims in comparison to their premiums last year.
So the reductions are due to their good experience.
Yeah.
Okay, and okay. Alrighty. Let me just play with some numbers, and let me talk to Val
Okay.
and see what she has to say. Would there be any room for negotiation, or any way I could look at her experience to see if there's any room for dropping?
Yeah, that's what I've done. That's really as far as we can go. It's the best we can do, you know. It might still be more expensive than corporate safety's proposal, but it's really the best we can do.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Stacy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, Robin Taylor, please.
Hold on, please. Rob Taylor.
Rob, it's Brian. How you doing?
Yeah, okay. Hey, I was about to call you. Something's come up here, and I really can't come over to meet with you. So maybe we could just chat for a few minutes over
That's
the phone
fine,
about this.
sure.
Good.
As far as that picnic is concerned,
Yeah.
Have you given any thought about where you'd like to have it or what you want to do?
Well, I was going to talk with you about that too. I don't know. I think last year where they had the picnic was, like one of these big parks that has a, swing set and barbecues and all that kind of stuff. And like people enjoyed themselves, but they said there wasn't enough to do. So maybe we need to pick a different spot. Like, what about going to one of these theme parks? Like the Six Flags theme parks or something like that?
I think it's a great idea. Tell you what, Adrian's out today.
Yeah.
But what I can do is tomorrow when she comes back in, since we still have plenty of time before the picnic, I'll have her make some phone calls and see what kind of numbers she can come up with as far as what the cost would be, so we can figure out what contribution should be.
All right, well, that's a good step in the right direction, but I really think that we need to start to get things done here, since
I
Mark
agree.
Casey is really the guy who, takes a big interest in this. We really need to start to think about things like food, entertainment. Like, what kind of food do you think we ought to have? I mean, I think last year people kind of just picked from what they wanted, and then they had the barbecues there, and they could grill up their own hot dog or hamburger or whatever. Maybe we should be a little more innovative than that,
Okay.
Have like pizzas or something. I
Well,
don't know.
let's see what maybe we can come up with a caterer who can provide us with some different themes and different variations that can go along with our new setting.
Sure, like a Mexican thing,
why
or
don't-
maybe a Spanish thing,
Yeah, that would be
and a
great. Why
French
don't you
thing,
think
or...
of the caterer and take care of coming up with a theme for the food, and I'll work on coming up with a park and a place to have it, and then we can talk about it. Let's say, how about Thursday afternoon?
All right, now how about this entertainment thing? I mean, there's going to be 5-year-old kids there. A lot of people bring their parents, so there could be 65, 70-year-old people there. Like the 70-year-olds may not want to go on rides if we go to a park, right? So some of these things I think we need to get cleared out right away, or else we're not going to really, know where to have the park setting or know where to have it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. What we can do with that...
I mean, like little kids, they like to, go on rides and stuff like that. And I mean, older people generally, you see them like they want to sit at a park bench and maybe, look at the ocean or look at some trees or something like that. I mean, is there a place like that where we can, hit the whole range of interests?
Well, let's see what we can come up with. I'll call around and get into some theme parks and some different ideas. You come up with some ideas on the food, and we'll talk about it. I think that having it at a place like Six Flags or something like that would really be beneficial, because we would be able to let a lot of people enjoy themselves.
You know what worries me about something like that, though, is the cost. When you walk in, it's like one of those pay-for-everything type deals, but it's up around $40, $50 per person.
Well, maybe we
I
can
don't
get
know
a
if we
discount with a large group. How many people do you think are going to attend the picnic?
Well, I don't know. Let's think about this for a minute. Well, we've got the underwriting department, we've got the claims department, got human resources, got, let's see, all the marketing people. That's us, right? Yeah, we might even want to invite some customers, I suppose. This would be a nice way to have, get some entertainment in with customers or something like that. Maybe some brokers. Maybe we should go someplace where we can play some golf. What do you think? Like golf on one side, and then a kiddie pool where the kids can go, swimming or something like that. Or, hey, what about a country club? I mean, a country club might not be a bad idea. That might encompass all of the things that we could really get involved in with some kind of a party like this, because you'd have golf, right? You'd have tennis courts, you'd have a pool, and then maybe like a kiddie pool, and like maybe in the clubhouse itself, had up some little like rides or something like that, or pony rides. There's an idea. We could put pony rides.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I think your ideas sound really great, and I can tell you're really excited about putting this picnic together. What I'm going to do here is, because I got to get running, because I got a lot of appointments and a lot going on this morning, is make some phone calls on the park. If you don't mind calling that caterer, getting some ideas together for food, I can take care of that, and we'll talk about it Thursday.
Okay.
How's your schedule look for 2 o'clock?
Yeah, Thursday looks all right with me in the afternoon. That's
Great.
okay. So,
Okay.
but a caterer, I mean, if there's a caterer, maybe there's one that the country club can tell us about if we decide to go to a country club, right?
Well, I'll have some phone calls made. I'll call a country club. In fact, I'll call 2 of them, and we can look at a couple of different theme parks, and then we'll see what kind of discount we can get if we go back to where we were last year. How about let me have tomorrow to come up with some ideas, and we'll meet on Thursday. How's 1 o'clock on your schedule?
1 o'clock Thursday. That looks all right.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay, Rob. I'll
All
talk
right.
to you then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, Terry Katzel, please.
Hold on just a moment, please. Hi, this is Terry. Can I help you?
Hi, Terry. This is Brian Elder calling from sales. How are you?
I'm good, Brian. How are you today?
Good, thanks. I have an appointment today with Wild Smile Toothbrush, and they're having a situation regarding they're ready to start filing some claims. Their coverage has been in effect for quite a while now, and they're up to date with their premiums. And as far as career shift, as far as the product is concerned, I wanted to know if there's going to be any problems with them beginning to file claims and who they need to file them through, and get some idea as far as what procedure they're going to need to follow.
Well, actually, I think the claims that we have seen thus far on the Wide Smile situation does not actually fall under the terms of the contract. In terms of what's covered and what's not, we don't pay benefits when people lose their jobs because there's a switch in consumer preference. We only pay when there's technological unemployment, and the Wide Smile situation is not technological unemployment according to the review of the law department. It's just a switch in consumer preference. So unfortunately, there will be no benefits available to Wide Smile.
Okay. Well, with that's not considered to be technological unemployment.
Correct.
As far as going to dental floss from
Right.
the
Because
toothbrush?
dental floss isn't a new product. Dental floss has been around for years, just like toothbrushes have. So there's nothing that's changed in the way a toothbrush is made or a different type of toothbrush. It's just that because of diseases being spread by brushes, people are now trying to use floss, and the floss market's picking up.
Okay.
So a product was available, and just because there were the studies that were done and all, people decided, or dentists are probably recommending, maybe you shouldn't be brushing, but perhaps flossing. So people are now flossing.
Okay. As far as the claims experience that you've seen, have you gotten a lot of claims that you've had to reject?
We've only had a couple so far, so I'm not surprised by your call. I think that it's important that you let the customer know, though, because they're probably expecting money.
Okay. All right, that'll be fine. Thank you very much, Terry.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi.
Carrie Duff?
Hi, Terry. Brian Elder, nice
Nice
to
to
meet you.
see you.
Come in, have a seat.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I realize I'm a little bit early, but
That's okay, no
I was
problem.
supposed to call the union by 10 and let them know about when these benefits are going to begin, and
Well,
they're really,
I'll tell you what, Terry. I'm sorry. I have some information for you that I just got. It's kind of disturbing to me, and I think it may be to you as well. We have a situation here where I got off the phone with claims, and they told me that claims had been filed by Wild Smile.
Right, and the benefits haven't begun,
Yeah.
so we're kind of like, the union's literally upset.
Well, apparently what's happened here is the benefits that are available for the product that you've purchased are for technological unemployment.
Right,
And
is that what
technological
happened?
unemployment is whenever due to advances in the industry and those people no longer being needed because of a better product and new, more efficient industry. But at this point in time, the dental floss situation that you're running into, it's not a new product. It's been around, but due to studies and so forth, they're saying that go ahead and use floss in addition to brushing your teeth, and it's made by a personal choice. So due to the fact that your policy covers for technological unemployment, and really your claims aren't falling under technological unemployment, there are not going to be any benefits available. And I know that can cause some distress with the union. So what I'd like to do is make an arrangement where I can come out and visit with the union so that I can be there to help explain some of what's going on as far as the claims that they're filing.
Yeah, can you explain some more? Like, I don't understand the difference. Like, just because it's...
Sure, excuse me for 1 minute. My secretary's not in today. Thank you. OPI, Brian Elder.
Brian, hi. This is Fran Hunter. How are you?
Fine, Fran. How are you?
I'm good. I'm out of the office, and I'm with some clients this morning, and I'm just calling because I need some information. You got a couple of minutes?
As a matter of fact, Fran, I'm with an appointment right now with Carrie Dunn from Wild Smell Toothbrush, and I'm just going over some of her claim situations. Can you leave me a number where you're available?
Well, actually, I can't. I'm in the middle of a meeting, and I would not normally interrupt. I realize that you are with the client, but
What do you need?
I have a situation that could mean some real big money for us,
Okay.
and I just need some numbers. There was a memo, I believe, that was sent to you regarding some premiums and business that Dave Sims has with us. Do you have that memo?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, super. I just want to let you know, first of all, that what's on that memo is confidential, and I know that Parker and Sims are acquainted. Carrie Dunn
Okay.
and Sims are related through business, and I don't know if we want to discuss it, but do you think you could give me some information from that? I'm looking for...
I'll tell you what. How about if... Are you right now with the customer?
And I only need, like, one thing.
Okay. What do you need?
Okay. Hold on just a minute. I need to know the amount of premium that we have. Dave Sims has placed business with us and what the total premium is, and it's right on that memo.
Okay. It's about $2.5 million.
Okay. Right. Okay, that's all I needed.
Okay, Frank.
Thanks.
Sure. Bye-bye. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
And like I was saying, Carrie, I understand the situation. Technological unemployment would be considered when an individual loses their job due to technological advances. Dental floss is not a technological advance. It's been available for years, and it's more of the marketplace is switching to dental floss, okay? So because of the consumer demand, that's not the same as the technological advance. You can understand that,
So these people
surely.
aren't going to get anything.
Well, at this point in time, this particular product that you have subscribed to isn't going to provide benefits for those people, okay? I'll tell you what, when do you meet with the union?
Well, I was supposed to call them at 10 o'clock this morning just to give them the information, but
Okay.
that's not a meeting or anything. The meeting should be coming probably sometime next week.
Well, Carrie, why don't you set a meeting with them?
Okay.
I'd be available any day next week in the
Okay.
morning.
Okay.
So if you want to set a meeting for any day next week in the morning with the union, I'd be happy to come with you and explain it to them.
Okay, that'd be it really would help.
Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad about it because I can understand a lot of people's expectations aren't going to be met. But at the same time, we're in a position here where we have to follow the rules of the policy and what's governed under the contract.
Okay.
And our contract isn't going to provide for that right now.
Okay.
I'll let you go because you do have to call
Right.
that union.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
And if you need anything, don't hesitate to call me.
Okay, I will. I'll call
Okay?
about next week.
Well, can you give me a call this afternoon and let me know
Okay.
when you set up the appointment so I can make my arrangements?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Great.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Leslie Dowd, please.
Yes, well.
Leslie Dowd?
Hi, Leslie. This is Brian Elder calling from OPI. How are you today?
Yeah, well, it's about time you guys got back to me.
Well, I was out of the office on Friday, and sorry about that, but I'm getting back as soon as I could.
Good.
Um,
You know, I was just going through one of the trade journals here,
mhm.
and, you know, it has an article, a feature article, as a matter of fact, on acquisition insurance,
Mhm.
and you folks are mentioned in it.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And with Dexter Corporation, would you be interested in hearing a little bit more with what we have to offer?
Well, I'd like to hear why you people are overcharging me. That's what I want to hear. You know what? I mean, this article leads me to believe that OPI is not applying a meta-analytic approach to any of your actuarial assumptions,
Well-
which is resulting in disproportionately low dividends. Do you
Okay.
understand that?
Well, I understand.
I also
that.
happen to know that you're not using the beta coefficient weighting factors, and that all the consequential algorithms are off. They're wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what. What journal did you say you read this article in?
It's one of the trade journals.
You know what? I'd like to see a copy of that article and we could discuss it.
Well, I'd like to know what your response to this is.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know that with the risk that we assume when we take on new clients, such as Dexter Corporation, we set it based on the experience. Now, if
So then you owe me money.
Well, I'll tell you what I can do for you. I can call and make some phone calls and find out exactly how your premium has been structured and how it's been set.
Oh, come on, I've heard that before 100 times. I mean, you know, you make a phone call and you people come back with exactly, you know, the little policy line. You know, you say, OPI is doing exactly what OPI is supposed to be doing, right? So, I mean, I tell you, I don't know who I can believe anymore. You folks or the trade journals or what?
Well,
I mean,
Leslie, you know what? I'd really like to discuss it, and I can understand you have a lot on your mind with the articles that you've been looking at. I have not yet at this point seen the articles, so I can't really make a determination one way or the other. What I'd like to do is, if you tell me what journal you got that out of, I'm going to get a copy of it and take a look at it and give you a call tomorrow and we can discuss it further.
Acquisition Association.
Okay. Let me pick up a copy tonight.
I really, though... You know, I can't believe that you people don't even keep up with the industry.
Well,
you're not reading the journals.
no.
You're not. Why would you not even know that you're quoted in a trade journal?
I believe that one only just came out most recently, and I haven't yet picked up with it. I was out of the office last week, as you know, a couple of the days between sales calls, and I...
well, you know, here I am telling you your business.
Well, no, Leslie, what I'd like to do is give me a shot at looking at the information, because you know what? A lot of times those trade journals can be misleading. Let me take a look at it, and maybe I'll be able to better explain some things to you and help you to realize where we stand as far as OPI's position.
Well,
That's
you go
fair
ahead
enough.
and look at it, but I want to hear something today.
Okay. You know, I do need to look at it, but I can make a phone call and find out some information on your experience, on your claim submissions and so forth, and I can get back to you with how we've structured our rates for you. And let me pick up a copy of Acquisition Associates at the library, and I can go through it and look at the article, and we can discuss any other concerns you have at that point.
Do what you have to do. I mean, I
Okay,
feel like
Leslie.
I'm getting the company line at this point.
Well, I understand your concern, and a lot of times it's really difficult what's put in a trade journal, what's put in print, because those people aren't actually the same people as the ones who are working with the cases. And every case is set up differently, every case is structured differently. So let me see what I can come up with on your history as far as Dexter Corporation is concerned, and then we can discuss it.
All right, well,
That's fair
call me
enough,
back
isn't
today.
it? Okay.
All right.
All right, Leslie, thank
Bye.
you. Wait a minute.
Good morning, may I help you?
Hi, can I please speak with Stacy Locke?
Yes, one moment. Stay Locke.
Hi, Stacy. This is Brian Elder calling from sales again.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering if you can do me a favor and come up with some information on Dexter Corporation. I'd like to know what their experience has been and how you set their premium and how you calculate their dividend. So if you could come up with that information, I'll give you a call back in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Why do you need that information?
Well, I just had a phone call from Leslie Dow, the benefits manager, and he has indicated that there are some problems with what he feels his premium is, and as far as what dividend he's getting back. So what I'd like to do is...
Where is he coming up with this?
Well, you know, I'm not sure where he got his information, but I think that he's probably been reading some of the literature out there and has come up with his own assumptions. All I want to do is be able to support where we stand as far as OPI is concerned with his premium structure, and give him a little bit of background.
Well, listen, Leslie calls like 3 times a week with the problem every other day. I've dealt with Leslie before, so I'll give him a call back and explain everything to him.
Well, Stacy, I told him that I would get back to him, so I'd really appreciate if you can come up with those numbers for me. What I want to do is go over it with him since I did place the account. I'm going to be out of the office at 11 o'clock, so I'd really like to be able to, come up with some information for him within the next couple of minutes. So if you can come up with some numbers for me, I'll give you a call back in a couple of minutes, and we'll be able to take it from there.
All right, well, listen, I have to run out for a meeting, so I'll try and get them together as soon as I can and get them to you before 11, but, no, I'll probably get back to you, if that's okay. I'll do my best.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll tell you what, if you're not available, is there somebody else who can give me that information so you can leave it with somebody?
You can try Lee.
Lee? All right, and she's at the same number?
Yes.
Okay. What's Lee's last name?
Campbell.
Okay. And you'll leave that with Lee before you go to your meeting?
Yes.
Great. Thanks, Stacy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, Robin Taylor, please.
Hold on, please. Rob Taylor.
Rob, I thought you were leaving for a meeting. This is Brian.
Yeah, I just got back.
Oh, you just got back?
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to need a little bit more time to come up with those figures. I found out that I read my schedule wrong earlier today, and I need to, I'll be out of the office a couple days this week.
Oh,
So-
wow, we're really going to lose a lot of time
Well, I'll
here.
tell you what, I'm going to work on it from home, and I'm going to leave word with Adrian. So all you need to do at this point is check back with Adrian because she's going to be coming up with some figures.
Okay, all right. Well,
Great.
Adrian's pretty reliable, so...
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
She's
all
a
right.
great secretary. Thanks, Rob.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Stacy Locke, please.
Yes, a moment. Stacy's in a meeting. Can I take a message for you?
Is Lee Campbell around?
Let me check. Hi, this is Lee.
Hi, Lee. This is Brian Elder calling from Sales.
Hi, Brian.
I was talking with Stacy a little bit ago, and she told me she was going to leave some figures with you regarding Dexter Corporation's experience. Do you have
Yeah.
those numbers for me?
Stacy did call, and we're putting together some numbers. We'll send all the information right to underwriting on the claims experience. As I understand it through my conversation with Stacy, this guy's like a wild man because of some article that he read or something like that.
Well, I don't really know what's going on as far as his concern, but I do want to be able to explain to him exactly where he
Sure.
stands.
And that's good. I totally agree with that. So we will pull the experience for the most recent quarter.
Mhm.
Underwriting does have the other experience, but it's going to take them a little bit to analyze, see where the trend is and how things are moving.
Lee, I thought that you were in underwriting from Stacy. I thought she told me that you would be able to provide me with that information.
No, actually, I'm in claims, but we work with the underwriters in supplying them the information about the experience of the group. So
Mhm.
that's probably why she referred you to me. But
Okay. I'll tell you what kind of numbers have you been able to come up with? What has Stacy given you so far?
Stacy hasn't given us anything. We give them the numbers, and all we do is we pull raw data off a computer. So
Right.
without underwriters analyzing it, it really is meaningless, and I wouldn't want to misdirect you.
Okay, you're in claims, right?
Right.
And you'll provide the information to...
To Stacy,
Okay.
who is in underwriting, who will do her magic thing, as those underwriters do, and give you the information you need to provide.
Okay. Lee, what I'm going to need to do is I need you to get that information to Stacy as soon as possible.
We're pulling it together now. They
Great.
have most of the information. We just have to give them the most current quarter's results.
Okay. I'll call back in later this afternoon. I'm going to be running out of the office. But let's say if I call in at 2 o'clock, you'll be able to provide me, or Stacy.
Sure.
Stacy will have the information by then?
I think by 2 o'clock, Stacy, she would have certainly gotten the numbers from us, and I'm sure she was already starting to analyze some of the data, but
Okay.
she needs all of it together to really arrive at a conclusion. So I think 2 o'clock, 2:30 this afternoon should be fine.
Great.
All right?
Thank you very much, Lee.
You're welcome.
Lee, could you do me a favor and
Sure.
transfer me back to your receptionist?
Sure. Hold on
Thanks.
just a moment, please. Just a moment, please.
Morning, can I help you?
Yeah, this is Brian Elter. I'm on extension 8902. I'd like to leave a message for Stacy Locke. I understand she's in a meeting.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to be out of the office for a little while, and I've asked her to give me some numbers on Dexter Corporation. Can you please ask her to be prepared at 2 o'clock, and I will call back in and obtain those numbers from her.
I'll give her the message.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks for seeing me on such short notice. I certainly do appreciate the time that you're taking.
Sure. I'll tell you what I've come up with. Val, I made a couple of phone calls, and I came up with some different figures for you, and I've got some really good news I think you're really going to appreciate.
Great.
The first thing is, and I know you only have a couple of minutes, so I'll be brief. We have a 3.75% rate reduction for your premium from last year's premium, and I think that's fantastic. That's based on your claims experience. Claims have been low, and everything looks to be real positive in that respect.
That's excellent.
In addition to that, we have a 5% dividend on last year's premium. So in actuality, because of your good experience and low claims volumes and so forth, the difference is going to be only about $15,000 in premium dollars.
Okay, could you just tell me the dollar amounts, if you would? You did mention certain percentages. I think you said, what, 3.75% as a reduction?
Right, off of the $400,000.
Right, that's our current premium. So that is what dollar amount would I be looking for there?
The reduction of 3.75%.
You have a calculator, right? You can maybe
Right.
say.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've already come up with some figures for you. You have a $400,000 premium right now. Okay, with a 5% dividend. Okay, that's going to take $20,000 off of that.
Okay, so $20,000.
With a 5% dividend.
Okay, good.
Then with the 3.75% rate reduction, that'll take another 15% off. Okay.
Good. We're closing in on it.
So we're coming to so we have $35,000 less than what we had yet last year. I know that the other company is offering you about $15,000 on top of that, but there are major concerns, as you're aware, of when you transfer large accounts to another company. So in a sense, you have to be careful with rate increases and guarantees and so forth, whereas your experience with OPI has been on the books for quite a few years. So this is some information that you'll be able to provide to your meeting. You're going straight now to the meeting?
I am meeting primarily with some of the folks who I work with to discuss and make a proposal later on in the week to the financial officer.
I'd really
See,
like to come with you.
He's a numbers guy, as you certainly understand, and I really appreciate the phone calls and all of the research you've done, and certainly this is good news that we
It
are
sure is.
moving in the right direction. I think he's pretty much a stickler for numbers. I'm more concerned with how is the switch ever going to affect the people and the whole aspect
So you have
of
to be
it.
careful with that, and I'll tell you what. I'd like to come with you when you present it to the financial advisor. You don't have the appointment set for that yet, do you?
Well, we have a preliminary time. We have
Okay.
a preliminary time for next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah. But let me meet internally with my own folks. I'm going to have to, certainly think it over. I like what I'm hearing in terms of the numbers. We're moving in the right direction. $15,000 is a lot better than 50. However, he is a numbers guy. So let me just meet with my own folks. We can set a strategy, and then certainly if I think that it's important for you to be there,
Well,
I can
I'll tell you
call
what,
you.
I'd really like to be there if, at least on next Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon, is that when you said the appointment was?
Tuesday morning, but that's our real first meeting with him. I think what I would like to do more is, if we can't appease him with that, then maybe say, well, let's bring you folks in to discuss maybe what we can do beyond.
That's fine, that's fine. You know, I think this is some really nice information, I think, as far as being able to come up with a lower rate than the year before and having the good experience that you have. It really is to your benefit to stay with OPI at this point.
Well, what is the corporate safety thing then? How come they can offer me so much less on the same
Well-
coverage? I guess that's one of my concerns, and I want to be able to discuss
Well, you know
that.
that your premium is invested, okay, and it returns a dividend, and the return on that, which is tax deferred, it follows about 2% less than the prime. So your premium with OPI is constantly not just going to cover the cost of the protection, but there's also an investment side of the product as well. And in addition to that, because of your good experience with very few claims being filed, very few dollars in benefits being paid out by OPI, we're able to be even more competitive because we've been dealing with you and we're providing a little bit of a lower rate based on your good performance as the type of a customer that OPI likes to keep.
Mhm. So
Okay.
then, I would imagine you've spoken to the folks in underwriting to arrive at these numbers. What was their, I guess, reaction to the fact that their largest client is being wooed by corporate safety and my own, I guess my own mind, and I'm sure my CFO is going to ask this as well, why aren't you folks willing to meet that $50,000 reduction?
Well, we stay very conservative in our rates, and that's for your benefit as well as ours. We protect a large number of clients, such as yourself, and it's very difficult when a new product or a new company comes on the market and they're offering very, very competitive rates, but a lot of times we find that, and I don't know what the situation is with corporate safety, but a lot of times they'll guarantee a premium for the first year, for 6 months, and then they'll increase it. I don't know corporate safety's philosophy or their strategy, but I know that OPI would really value keeping you on the books, and we're going to do everything that we can to keep you. I'll let you see when you can set that meeting.
Well, no,
And-
you've given me some good things to think about, and certainly the numbers coming down are important. I'm glad that you answered my questions, because then I think that's going to help us set a strategy. I think the only thing we're really going to have to maybe mount an offensive on is just the variance and the premium, but you folks
Mhm.
seem to be moving in the right direction.
I think there are a lot of advantages in keeping with OPI, and as you mentioned, changing a large group to a new carrier is a
Well,
major
it's an
task.
administrative headache, but
Mhm.
needless
Well,
to
it's
say, the
expensive.
financial people aren't.
It's expensive as well.
concerned with
It's expensive as well. But I'll let you go because I know
All
you're
right.
you're on a
that. And I
schedule.
appreciate your time. Thank
Okay.
you for seeing me.
Thank you very much, Val.
Hey, Mike. No secretary out there.
Yeah.
Dave Sims, how you doing?
Hi, Dave.
Yeah.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Oh my gosh.
Dave.
Hey, Dale, how are you? Yeah, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, really?
How are you?
How's everything?
Well, okay. I just met with Brian and we're discussing a change in premiums and things like
Oh,
that. And
no
we've
kidding.
gotten a proposal from corporate safety for the
Isn't
same
that
coverage.
interesting? Those people
Yeah.
called me.
Well,
They must be all over the
Dave,
place.
I'll tell you what. You know where the coffee is kept, and there's water on my desk. If you'd like to have a seat,
I'll just have a
I'm
seat.
just showing her
All right,
out.
good
See you.
seeing you. Take
Take
care.
care. Thanks again, Brian.
Okay. Thanks for coming in.
Bye-bye.
So how are you?
Oh, wow. Busy as usual. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
Good.
Well, I've got some good news for you.
I
I
knew
think
you
you'll be
would.
excited
5%,
about.
right?
Well, I'll tell you what I did.
All right.
I made some phone calls, talked to my boss.
Yeah.
I really value you as a broker, and I really want to keep you.
Hey, thanks. Good. Then 5%, we just shake and I can go?
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a little bit of a problem because, as you know from your previous experience with OPI, you know, we like to make wise business decisions, and we do set things at limits. And the best that I could do for you, which we'll talk about in a minute, may not be exactly even in dollars wise, but there's a lot of benefits that you'll incur by staying with OPI. You put a lot of business for us on the books. Last year, your total premium was $2.5 million.
2.5. Wait,
Yeah,
let me
that's
write
what
that
you
down.
placed with us.
2.5 million. A lot of money there. All right.
And
Okay, so hey, well, let's get to the commissions here then. Well, first off, what have I made with you in terms of commissions on that 2.5 million?
well, we paid you the $10,000 base commission on the first $100,000 of business.
Right.
And then at the 2.5% on everything over and above that, we paid an additional. Let me see what I have here. $60,000. So we paid your total commission last year of $70,000.
$70,000. All right.
Now, I know that they're offering 5%.
Right.
So I did some calling around and came up with some figures, and I think that you'll be really pleased to hear that being very, very competitive, because we don't want to lose your business, we were able to come up with a figure of 4% on everything over and above that first $100,000. Now, I think that you're going to find in staying and keeping your business, you'll be able to continue obtaining your renewal commissions that you've been receiving and any other additional benefits. I'll tell you something else I was able to do. I'm going to make some arrangements for you to get some little benefits on the side in addition to the commissions. OPI has box tickets at the theater, and we have a box at the Mets. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to offer you some tickets so that you can take your wife and family out and
Well,
have
that's
some
all well and
enjoyable.
good, but that doesn't pay the college tuition bills. I have
Mhm.
to tell you what, you went to college, I'm sure.
Sure.
You know what those costs are. It's outrageous. It's astronomical these days. It's very nice that you want to do those things for me, but I'd rather have the cash in my pocket. I have big bills to pay. 4%, huh?
4%.
Well, let's see. Well, what would I have made in commission-wise if you were giving me 5%, like this corporate safety people are going to be offering me?
Well, they would have had about $120,000 at 5%.
20, let me write that down. That's a lot.
Well, with us at 4%, we came really close, and we're talking
Yeah.
in figures this big, and I think you'll agree that there are a lot of benefits with keeping your business with the same company. You have to realize the fact that if you transfer business and transfer those accounts, you have to take into consideration the customer and the clients,
Well,
and we like to keep
yeah.
the customers happy as well.
I'll agree with you. I think the customer is certainly a prime concern when we're changing business or when we're trying to move things around. But I have to tell you, there's really no incentive for me to stay with you right now if you're only going to offer me 4%. I like your company. I like the way that you do business. To be honest with you, if I didn't think that OPI wasn't doing a very good job, I would have never even called you. I would have just rolled my business over automatically without saying a word. I like you folks, but at this point, you're really not giving me much to go on.
Well, let me ask you, what would it take to keep your business on the books?
5%.
5%.
Yeah.
That's it? That's what it would take?
Well, I have to tell you, in these economic times, money has got to speak.
Mm-hmm. I understand that. Sure, the difference of 1% in your pocket when you're as high of a producer as you are can be substantial, and I understand that. Let me see what I can come up with, and let me make some more phone calls. I think if I was able to get our marketing department to come up to 4% on my first round, we might be able to come up with something better.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but now I'm beginning to feel like I'm a used car that people are dickering over here. I would really like to know how OPI came up with that 4%.
How? Well, they based, as far as I'm concerned, they based their commissions on experience and on what the industry holds as far as competitiveness for our brokers. And myself, as well as you, our income is based on the business that we provide. So I personally agree with you, and I don't want to lose your business, and I can understand where you're coming from as far as these figures are concerned. So what I'd really like to do is work on it and see what I can come up with
Time
for
is
you.
ticking. I mean,
Mhm.
this afternoon, what I'm going to be doing is going out to some customers, a few people that are going out to bid. What am I going to say to them? OPI, or am I going to say corporate safety?
Well, I'll tell you what. I would really like for you to say OPI.
Give me a
And
reason to do that.
because you've been working with us for so many years
It's a good
now.
one, but I want that 5%.
And at this point in time, I just am not able to offer you the 5%, but I may be able to come up with something in addition to it. I'm able to give you some skybox seats. I'm able to get you the Mets. We have a company condo in Florida that there would be no reason whatsoever that you wouldn't be able to use that for a week for your family vacation. That right there is a great benefit. That's several $1,000s worth of vacation package and
All right. Well,
luxury
I
expenses.
can tell you that means nothing to me, to tell you the truth. But, all right, you do what you have to do.
The 5% is what it's going to take.
I have to say it's really important to me.
Okay.
All right,
I
you do
understand
what you
that.
have to do, and I'll give you a call tomorrow, or you call me or something. Okay, we'll see what we
Okay.
can work it out. All
I'll
right.
tell you what.
Okay.
I'll give you a call. I'm not going to be in the office tomorrow, but let me make a phone call this afternoon and see if I can't make some arrangements.
All right.
I don't know whether I'm going to be able to or not, so I'm telling you up front, I'll do the best that I can for you, and I appreciate it.
All right. Okay.
Thanks.
So long.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, could I please speak with Human Resources?
Do you have a name, please?
No, I don't. I was wondering if you would be able to provide me with the name of the Human Resources Vice President for the City of New York.
For the city of New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me see what we got in our directory here. All right, I'm going to try to connect you to Human Resources. I don't know who's in charge there. We don't really have a name, but I'll connect you. Hold
Okay,
on.
do you have, you don't know who it will be? Okay.
No, I'm
That'll be
sorry.
fine, thank you.
Hold on.
Human Resources, Joe Starkey.
Hi, Joe. This is Brian Elch calling from Organizational Protection Incorporated. How are you today?
I'm all right.
Joe.
I'm pressed for time. What's up?
Okay. Joe, can I ask what your position is with the City of New York?
What my position is?
Yeah.
I work for Human Resources.
And what do you do in Human Resources?
Is this some sort of a gag call or something?
No, it's not, Joe. What I'm doing is I'm calling to find out, I'm calling from Organizational Protection Incorporated, as I mentioned, and I'm calling because there are quite a few new products on the marketplace, and with the City of New York being so much into video display terminals, that I think that a lot of my products can be of benefit to the city. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to find out who I can talk to as far as getting some information out to Human Resources, and provide them with some information as to what kind of products my company offers.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now that the city of New York is in a terrible bind economically, and they
Mhm.
probably aren't interested in buying anything in terms of, new products or anything of that nature.
Mhm.
If you want, you can put some brochures in the mail to me, because I do happen to be the person that you need to talk to.
Oh, you are. Joe, what's your title?
I'm Senior Vice President of Human Resources.
Great. Well, you know what, Joe? I could put that information in the mail to you, but I'd really like to come out and show you what I have to offer and give you the information personally. It would only take a couple of minutes of your time. What's better for you, mornings
I'm
or
sorry,
afternoons?
it probably would be much better if I get a chance to read this through. I'll call you back if I'm interested, okay? We're just, our budgets are so tight, it's almost impossible.
Okay, Joe, could I have your direct address?
Yeah, One World Trade Center, New York City, and the zip is 10038.
Okay.
All right.
Joe, is there a number where I can reach out? Once I give you the information, I'd like to follow up with you, and so that we can discuss some of what you've looked at. You might have some questions, or concerns, we have some great products. One of them is called VDT Insure. And I'll tell you what it does. It provides for coverage for doctor's visits, testing, and wage salary continuation for up to 5 years.
Okay, it sounds nice. I tell you what, you can probably get me at 578-8883.
Great.
All right? Okay,
I
good.
appreciate it.
All
Thanks,
right,
Joe.
yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. OPI, Brian Elder.
Brian, hi. My name is Sean O'Brien, and I'm looking for some insurance. Think you could help me?
Sure, Sean. How can I help you?
Well, I have a paper products manufacturing company,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking for some kind of job security protection for my rank and file employees. We've had some minor layoffs, and I'm concerned that with the downswing in the economy, additional layoffs and plant closings might ensue, and I'm wondering if, I had heard that there were insurance companies who handle some sort of policy, and I was a little skeptical because I have been burnt in the past by insurance companies. And I
Well,
just,
Sean, we have a product called Career Shift, and I think that it sounds like it's just about what you're looking for. What type of industry are you in?
it's a paper products manufacturing
What's the
company.
name of the company?
It's called O'Brien, and Smith.
Okay. Sean, what I'd like to do is put some information together for you. I can prepare a proposal as far as the number of employees. How many employees do you have?
I have on staff 75 of the rank and file type people. I have a total employee base of about 120.
120 employees total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I'll do for you is I'll put some information together for a proposal. The Career Shift package that we offer is a very nice product. It offers salary continuation for up to 2
Right.
years from the
Uh-huh.
date of unemployment.
Right.
And it also, it shifts that risk from your company to my company. So if by chance you do have to, form a layoff because of industry requirements and so forth, I think that this will be right what you're looking for.
Well, can I ask you just a couple of questions?
Sure.
On the Career Shift product? It does sound like what I would be requiring. Could you talk to me about whether or not the product is tax deferred?
It absolutely is. And in fact, all of our products earn tax-deferred dividends, and the dividends are returned about 2 points below the prime interest rate, which is a very competitive return on dividend. And that's based off of your premium.
Right. Well, those were my monetary types of questions, and you've given me a little bit of
Great.
information. I'm going to be going out, for the rest of the week on business. I have an out-of-town trip.
Sean,
And
so
I was
am I, as a
wondering,
matter of fact. What
if I could call you back in about a week, and maybe we could set up an appointment.
I'll tell you what, Sean, because I'm going to be in and out of the office myself, and this week I will be out. I'd like to set something up tentatively right now.
Okay.
What's better for you, mornings or afternoons?
Mornings are good.
Mornings? Great. Next week, I have everything except for Tuesday morning open right now. However, I have some things set up that are tentative throughout the week. What I'd like to do is set something up. What would be better, Wednesday at 10 or Thursday at 8?
Wednesday at 10.
Okay. Great. And Sean, where are you located?
I am on the Canal Street area. Are you familiar with the lower Manhattan area?
Yeah, in Lower Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
What's the address?
It's 145 Canal.
Okay. Okay. I will. Can I have your number?
Sure. It's 649 8434.
Okay. Let me put some figures together for you. I'll contact underwriting, get them to work on some numbers, get a presentation together for you, and come out and present it. Will there be other people at our meeting on Wednesday?
Well, my brother, Mark O'Brien, might be attending.
Okay. And his position?
He's the Chief Executive Officer,
Okay.
and I'm the President. Would you like the way we split that up?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay. All right. What I'll do is I will give you a phone call early next week to confirm our appointment.
Good.
And then I will plan on seeing you Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock.
Wednesday at 10 sounds good.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
calling. Bye-bye. OPI, Brian Elder.
Brian, hi, it's Fran. How you doing?
Good, Fran. How are you?
Good. I finished my meetings earlier, and I just thought I would give you a call to
Great,
see how
thanks.
things are going out. I got a message that you called.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you got back to me. The first thing that I wanted to ask you, Fran, was you had called earlier with questions on Dave Sims.
Right.
And I had somebody else in my office.
Mhm.
What was, what were you after there? Because Dave, as a matter of fact, stopped by my office, and apparently he's been talking to another company that he was thinking about moving some business to.
Well, actually, I'm working on a project, and I'm looking at our biggest producers, our biggest brokers and clients, and I
Mhm.
know that I had put a memo out that showed the volume and commissions and things that we had with Dave, and I'm basically doing a ranking. I'm just ranking the brokers and our clients.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Why, was that a problem?
Yeah, he's concerned, and I really need your advice, Fran.
Okay.
He's concerned with, he's been looking at our new competition, and
Corporate safety?
Yeah, exactly. And he feels that they're able to offer him more. They're talking about the dollars in commissions that they can offer him, where they're offering him 5%. Since you weren't in, I talked to Jan this morning, and she told me that we could go up to 4%.
Well, that's good, because marketing does set the rates on what commissions are paid to brokers. I mean, maybe we can get him more after we do this ranking thing, and we'll see how he places on the chart.
Right.
But I think if Jan gave you, what did you say, 4?
Yeah, she gave me 4%.
That's really competitive for us, because
I know.
What do we usually pay him? 2.5?
Right, 2.5. One of the things that, Fran, I was kind of disappointed in my meeting because he was pressed for time, and he was a little bit upset, and I didn't really go into the benefits as far as the difference between corporate safety, and I never really even mentioned our new product that we're coming out with for the BDT.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be in the office tomorrow. Maybe we can sit down and work out a strategy for Sims.
Okay. Fran, I'm going to be out this week. I'd really appreciate sitting down and talking to you. I did talk to Dave, and I left a message to follow up with him.
All right.
And hopefully he's going to call me back.
Well, how about if I call Sims for you tomorrow morning and let him know that we've had a discussion as a follow-up and that you're out of the office, and maybe we can't see if we can't get together either via phone call, or if not, I'll meet with him personally to
I
see
would
what we can
appreciate
do
it.
to appease him.
I would appreciate it. Maybe we could even set up a joint meeting. because
All
I
right, well,
think
that
it
would be fine.
great.
You said you're going to be out of the office the rest of the week?
Yeah, I have
All right.
calls to make.
So let me do this. Let me call Sims in the morning, see what I can set up in talking with him. If he needs to be smooth right away, I'll talk to him immediately. If not, I'll set up a Monday morning meeting. How's that?
Afternoon would be better.
Early afternoon?
Early afternoon would be fine.
Fine.
Would
Okay,
be
my
fine.
schedule looks clear. I hate to be short with you. My beeper's going off.
Okay, Fran. That would be fine. There was one other thing, but we can talk about it later. How about if I give you a call?
All right, well, what is it? Is it short? Because I really have to make one more phone call.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I did want to spend some time talking to you, so I'll give you a call later on today. Are you going to be in the office?
No, actually, I'm not coming back to the office. I'm headed out to another meeting.
Okay. Maybe we can talk tomorrow morning.
It's nothing urgent?
Well, what it was about was a sales lead that I got from Pat Marchese.
Uh-huh.
And
What was that guy's name?
Frank Douglas.
I saw that on my
Yeah.
desk. Yeah, I passed that along to you. So did you make that phone call?
Well, I tried to call Pat Marchese to ask a little bit about his relationship with Frank.
Well, it's my understanding that he's his auto mechanic, and he does real good by Pat. So I'm sure that Pat, in turn, is relaying the business lead to us, and I'm sure he's thinking that we're going to do the best that we can.
Mhm.
That's my understanding. I know that Pat uses Mr. Douglas's auto body shop, and he's recommended him to me as well.
Okay.
So I would suggest that you give him a call and just let him know that you got a lead and you know that he has a relationship with president and see what we can do for him.
Okay, great,
All right.
Fran. Thank you very
All right,
much.
good luck, and I'll be in touch. I'll call Sims, and then call me from the road tomorrow. You're going to be out on the road?
I will be out on the road.
Yeah, call me in the office, and I'll let you know how I'm making out there, okay?
Great, I appreciate your help. Thank
All right,
you.
no problem. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, Frank Douglas, please.
Yes, one moment.
Frank Douglas.
Mr. Douglas, this is Brian Eltercolm from Organizational Protection Incorporated. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm okay. Who?
Brian Elter.
Yeah,
Do you have a second to talk?
just barely.
Okay, well, this will be real brief.
Uh-huh.
I was...
Hang on a second.
Sure.
No. I didn't say there. No, that's it. Over that way. Okay, yeah, what's up?
Okay, well, I can see you're busy, so I'll be real brief for you. I was talking with my sales manager here, and she informed me that Crest Auto works on her car as well.
Who you with?
Organizational Protection Incorporated.
Yeah?
Pat Marchese,
Dad,
our
my
president.
buddy.
Right,
That's right, he said someone was going to call you. You're him, huh?
Exactly.
Whoa, what do you got there?
Yeah, well, I have a couple of products that I'd like to share with you. We have a lot of great products that are on the market for businesses that have been successful, such as yours. And with your financial success, as well as the business growing and the risks that are associated with the growing business, I'd really like the opportunity to come out and share some of our ideas with you. What's better for you, mornings or afternoons?
You want to share ideas?
Well,
What kind of ideas?
okay, that's a fair question. We have some different products that we offer, such as...
Yeah. Hey, listen, I was talking with Pat about this, and I
Yeah.
told him that I'm really worried that there's some company that's trying to buy me out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
And I don't like it.
Exactly.
But if it does happen, I want to be prepared for it.
That's exactly what our ExecSecure product does.
Yeah?
It works with people who lose their employment due to acquisitions, and it provides some great benefits. And it allows some of your higher executives to support the takeover if it's going to be a beneficial, a benefit to the company, rather than having the negative opinion and the negative public connotations that go along with big businesses coming in and buying out the different firms.
Mm-hmm.
How many employees do you have there?
Let's see. I probably count them right from here. 10. Hang on a second.
Sure.
Can't you see I'm on the phone? All right, well, tell them to wait.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You have 10 employees. Those are your high executives?
My high executives? We're kind of a body shop here. You know, I'm about as high as the executives
Well,
get, you know.
I know that you have a chain of several body
Yeah,
shops
there's a few of them
now.
around town, yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, you're right. There's a few guys that run each one of these places. So, let me think. 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do is put some figures together for you,
Mhm.
and then I'll come out and I'll talk to you about ExecSecure.
Okay,
It's
you're
got
going to
some-
come out here, huh? Well, we open at 8 and we close at 8. And I'll tell you, it's, a madhouse in between.
Sure, I can understand that. Well, you know what? I usually start my days around 7, so that would be no problem if you'd like to meet for a cup of coffee or in the morning.
Cup of
before
java
you
in the
start.
morning, you betcha. Okay, you want to do that, that's fine.
That would be great. What would
Yeah.
be better for you, Tuesday or Thursday?
Let's see here now. You're talking about Thursday in the morning, 7 o'clock. Yeah, Thursday,
Yes,
come
next
by
week.
then. Yeah, that's fine. Next
Thursday
Thursday.
of next week?
Yeah. Come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be great. Then
Good.
I'll stop by. Which office will you be at?
Oh, man, let's see, next Thursday. One on the west side, 1015 Hudson Street.
Great.
Okay.
All right, I'll stop by around 7 a.m.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
see
you.
ya. Bye.
Bye-bye.